Hey guys, so just got back from Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. My straight up thoughts. It's a good movie, has some great set pieces, but ultimately I think I'm disappointed. I had high expectations going in, I'm not going to lie. I had high expectations. I'm a big fan of the Mission Impossible films, big fan of Tom Cruise's recent films. Top Gun Maverick, I think, is fantastic. This film swings hard, but misses in a lot of ways. And it's everything it goes for is kind of ambitious. Like, the story is about AI. I'm not going to go into it more than that right now. This is my quick out of the theater review. Yeah, it's about AI and how it affects the world. So it's a very relevant story, particularly in these times as we deal with AI in today's world. The action set pieces, are there. This is a Mission Impossible movie after all. To me, they weren't quite as good as previous ones. Like, I watched Mission Impossible Fallout, the previous film, just last night, and it's far superior to this film, if I'm being honest, both from a story perspective and the action. I think it's just far superior in both regards to this one. This one tries to do a lot of things with the action, but I feel like it just doesn't quite pull it off at times, and some of the scenes are just drawn out, both with the action and with the dialogue. This is a very long film. It's almost 2 hours and 45 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, and I kind of felt it. I felt like it dragged, and that's not usually something you get from a Mission Impossible movie, and so that was a shame. But look, positives, I think there is some great action here in this film, definitely. Tom Cruise is great. The characters, the cast are all very good for the most part. The story is intriguing, if convoluted. I think it is convoluted, but it is intriguing. And this is a part one. I'm aware of that. Like, it's obviously setting up. It is a complete story in that it doesn't leave you on this with this absolute cliffhanger or anything like that. But at the same time, there is a whole other film that is, in the waiting to come out to fulfill the second half of the story, I guess. But so yeah, look, that is unique for this franchise, I guess. This is the first time where there's a part one, so it has a different dynamic. It just doesn't feel, it feels like something's missing here, and I guess we'll see if the second one does make it feel more complete once it's done, and maybe this film will seem better in my eyes once the second one's out. One thing I will say is that some of the action scenes, there were two instances that bugged me. I won't say what, but the Mission Impossible films are known for their epic action scenes, and there were two scenes that were they could have been really epic moments, but instead they played them for laughs, and it felt like very much like a MCU kind of dumb humor moment, and I didn't like that at all, particularly because they followed like an awesome scene just before it, and they were like, seemed like we're going to get something amazing, but instead we just got something that was played for a laugh, and that bugs me. I'll talk about these things in detail in my non-spoiler review, but then obviously my full spoiler review, which will both come out in the next few days. Yeah, it's just this film is convoluted. That's my main problem with it. I think that's the word here, is that it's just trying to do too much. It's too ambitious for its own good. Just a lot of, you could trim a lot of the fat of this film and it would be a nice tied up 2-hour film, and I think maybe I would like it a lot more in that regard. But yeah, as I said, I had high expectations. It didn't meet them, so I am disappointed. But if I just step back from that a bit, it is still a good film. There's no way I could ever consider this a bad or even an average film. I think this is above average and is a solid film. And it sits in nicely within the Mission Impossible franchise. I think it's right in the mix of I consider Fallout to be the best, followed by Ghost Protocol and maybe the first or the third one. It's somewhere around that first or third one to me in terms of quality, and even the fifth one. Yeah, look, I don't know what else more to say than that. Like, I would recommend going to see the film. It's a fun time in the cinema. No concerns there. It's Tom Cruise at the end of the day. His film's always great action and all that. So yeah, look, and you've all obviously seen the stunt from the trailer where he jumps the motorbike off the cliff and parachutes down. That scene, I feel like as amazing, as much as it draws people to the cinema to see the film because you see that, I almost feel like they shouldn't have shown it in the trailers, because it would have maybe hit even harder when you see it in the cinema. It would have really been like, wow. But because you knew it was coming, it feels like a set piece, like, okay, I know what's about to happen now. But it's still amazing, don't get me wrong, it is an amazing stunt. But yeah, just kind of can't help but think that it's kind of, yeah, diminished a little bit by the fact that we saw it so many times in the lead up to this film's release. So yeah, look, that's my thoughts right now, guys. I'll get them more together as I go along. You know, I'm sure you've heard a lot of reviews of this film already. I think it's definitely been getting a lot of praise. I'm not hearing much of negative stuff out there. I'm probably am leaning more towards the negative side compared to a lot of other people, but that's just my honest feelings right now. Just need to process this film more and just get my thoughts together and put together some proper reviews. But yeah, it's my straight up out of the theater impressions. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.